Hey guys, it's Dawn with Dawn Southern Finds. Today, or this evening, it's about 9:08 on a Tuesday? What is it? Today is Tuesday, on a Tuesday evening. So I just finished watching Cat, the Nurse Flipper, so I decided I'm going to do a What's Sold for the month of April. So hang on and we'll get going on that. Okay guys, so I didn't do what sold as I did them because I always pack them and I go, oh darn, I forgot. So I'm gonna pop up some pictures in here and show you. So the first thing that I sold was a vintage Easter bunny. It's a wooden decor two-piece set. It was a 1998 holiday spring, and it sold for $16. And they're all in at $32.39. So that includes their tax and shipping. And that piece I have been having for quite some time, and I probably paid about maybe $1 for it, if that much. The next thing is a vintage throw. It's woven. It says bless our home, and that sold for $17.60. And they're all in at $32.36. I think I probably paid $1 for that. And a lot of this stuff I've been having a while, guys. I don't know, all of a sudden some of the older things started selling. So the next is Puppy Nose. It's Puppy No is the brand, and it's puppy behavior training aid toy for anxiety relief, and it has a heartbeat in that you can put in the little plush, and it's battery operated. And that sold for $19.96, and they were all in at $32.81. So the next one, this person sent me an offer. I declined it. They sent me another offer, and finally they paid, I think, God, why is that saying that? I think it took a best offer of like, oh no, not this one. I'm thinking of another hat, sorry. This was a Richardson Beto mesh snapback hat, and it sold for $8.50. That was I think it took a best offer of $8.50. And they're all in at $14.90. The next is a vintage former Joey hug doll. And it's a Bucilla, I know I'm not saying that right, and it was the needlework kit for that, and it sold for $9.90. That was the best offer that they gave me, and they were all in at $16.76. This is Precious. She always wants to be in my lap. And then Bella is down on the floor. She's my standard poodle. She's peeking over the edge. So the next item was a Qalo. It's one of the silicone wedding rings, and you can use them like when you're working out, if you work somewhere where you can't wear rings because they may get caught or something. So that's over $10, and they paid $6.05 in shipping. The next two, and I paid $1 for that. The next two Cricut phone cases. For the Moto G7, I had the two together. It sold for $11.99. They're all in at $18.15. That was free to me, so that was all profit on that. So next is a vintage handmade Borny Kids Bank. It was like a wishing well, and it was handmade, hand painted. It sold for $16. Now guys, I've been having this piece hanging around here for about 2 years, and it finally sold I had it but maybe double that. I had it in the 30s and it didn't sell, so I dropped it down to like 16, or maybe they sent me an offer. I can't remember, but I do remember I think I paid like $5 for that. But it was really cute. It was well made, and I thought, being, you know, a vintage Barney, it would sell, but it didn't till now. So let's see, the next one is two small Sloth ceramic planters, and they were $10 for the pair, and they were all in at $20.67. They were adorable little sloths, so they'd be cute for some little succulent plants. So I think they liked them. I hope they liked them. The next is a vintage fine china. It's from Japan. It was a black vase with floral Asian decorative, you know, florals on there, and it had a flare top, and that sold for $18, and I want to say I maybe paid $1, $2 at the most for that. Some of this stuff, guys, was really old, so I kind of don't remember what I paid for them. The next one, I went to a little antique shop that I'm hoping to get in, actually, and I purchased this, and it was a cocktail pitcher with the glasses. It was a pink ombre, clear, pink to clear ombre, and I paid $14 for it. It sold for $39.96, and they were $57.38 all in. Now, these next things, I picked these up at Goodwill. I think I paid $2 a piece. There was 6 of them, so I was in for $12 on these, and they were like hand blown, long champagne flutes, and so they sold for $25. I assume they got there safely. I mean, the stems on them were so long. I wrapped them really, really well, and I didn't get a message that they were broken, so I'm assuming that they got there okay. So they were $39.73 all in on that. The next one is a little vintage ring holder, and let's see, that sold for $10.39. Nope, sorry, $10.36. They were all in at $18.39 for that. The next one is a necklace that I had probably from the beginning, and oops, hold on, I just lost my spot. I don't know if this is going to come out right. So this is a multi-strand necklace. It's intertwined. It had cream and gray and green, and it was like kind of like a statement necklace. It sold for $5. I took a best offer of $5 on that. They were $10.81 all in. This was a retail arbitrage. It was an Ozark Trail Denton backpack, and I bought that at Walmart. I probably paid too much for it. I don't remember what I paid for it. Maybe, oh God, I want to say $5. I could be wrong, but I think it was $5. So it sold for $18, and they were all in for $30.42. So this little piece, I guess it was a spoon rest. I'm not sure. It's a little mouse. It's adorable, or rat. And the lady who bought it, she paid $12 for it. She was all in at $24.91. She said she had when she left her comment, she said that she had a set of that, and that part was missing, so she really enjoyed that set, so that's why she wanted to get it. I'm glad she liked it. This next thing is a Christmas story glassware set. It was for shot glasses, and guys, I had bought that at Big Lots like 2 years ago, probably when I first started selling. So it sold for $9.02. I want to say I maybe paid $1 for it. They were all in at $20.90. So the next thing is these 6 paper mache ornaments, and I'm trying to see, she paid $13.56, and She's all in at $22.11 for those. They were really cute. They were heart-shaped paper mache ornaments. And I think I have another set of those, actually. I went to a friend's garage sale and I bought these metal, it's a metal souvenir, state of Florida. It was still in a pack. It was the metal tray with the, it says gold map with hibiscus, 6 coasters with that. I took a best offer of $6.50, so they were at $17.27 all in on that. So next is an adorable little, is Jasco Santa kitty. And it was a little cat with a Santa hat. And it was a bell. It was a vintage porcelain bell. It sold for $9.18, and they were in all in at $17.39. So the next one is a hummingbird flower rubber stamp. It was like 4.5 by 4.5. Anyway, I have that 4.5 by 4.5 in the title, but yet she went in the comments. She said she wished it was smaller. Well, but I mean, it wasn't bad review. It's just, but I had it there in the title that said 4.5 by 4.5. So she paid $8. It was $13.69, and it was really detailed little hummingbird. Now, this next piece, it was a green metal dragon stand. I don't know if it was vintage, and I put that in the title. When I got it, it had a like marble sphere in it, and they asked me if they can buy just the stand for $25. Jumped on that. So I still have the sphere I can sell. I do need to get some kind of little holder for it. And so they were all in at $31.80 on that. This piece, it was a full lead crystal angel with harp. It was a Mikasa piece. It was 8 inches tall. It sold for $10. Had that also for a while. All in at $24.02. So the next thing was another free thing to me. It was a Zyzo Stellar Series phone case for a Samsung S10. It sold for $8. Now, here's the story on this. I accepted an offer of $8. They sent me an offer for $8, so I accepted it. Then they canceled. They wanted to return it because they found something cheaper, and they couldn't believe it took as long as it did to get from point A to point B. So I explained to them that, you know, I don't control USPS. I accepted your offer, you know. So I said, that's fine. Go ahead and return it. Usually I would say keep it, you know, because I have free returns, but I didn't. I said, go ahead and return it. Then a few days later, they got it, and they said they really liked it. It was beautiful. They're going to keep it. So I just got the overturn on that. So they released my funds of $12 and some change on that. I guess with the fees and stuff. I don't know how it got to be 12. I don't know. Well, I guess they charged me fees on the shipping too. So now this, yeah, I've been having this for 2 years. I know. It's like all of a sudden all my old stuff sold. So I had, and I do end some listings and relist as sell similar. The only ones I don't do that on are things that I have more than one, because it'll revert back to your original listing. So if you had 2 when you originally listed, now you only have 1, it'll put 2 in there, and then that can get you in some trouble. So these are 2, they were still sealed, 2007 Disney World Minnie, Goofy and Friends photo albums, and they sold for $11.47, and they were all in at $24.22. So so we're down to April 18th. So next is a vintage Hallmark mug. I can tell you I paid $1/4 for that, and it sold for $10.16. Now I think she wants to get down, guys. All right, go ahead. So it sold for $11.16, and they were $24.49 all in. Now, it's funny because these two I've been having. I paid $1 for these, but I figured let them go, and I had like 3 of them, and I think 2 of them sold so far this month. It's a VTech Smile Motion Disney Cars 2 active learning game, and that one sold for $5. I took a best offer of $5, so they were all in at $10.94. Next is a vintage Irving ware. It's a 3-section, it's a rotating condiment serving stand. It was metal, made in the USA. It sold for $16.24, and it had the like glass little jars that fit into the metal holder, and they were all in at $33.65. Now the next one, I took $8 offer. Didn't realize that they were bigger. I think I may have put the wrong size on here because it said 6-inch, but I think they were bigger. So they got a deal. It was a lot of 2 vintage anchor hocking amber cigarette ashtrays. So I sold the pair for $8, and they were all in at $19.38. The next piece is 2 vintage Indiana amber glass 3-section serving divided dishes, our candy dishes. And there goes the dogs, guys. I took a best offer at $13, and it sold for $24.10. Now, here, guys, is the big seller. This jadeite Fire King Splash Proof Bowl. It's very rare. It's the smallest one. It was 6 5/8 inches, and I paid $3 for it. It sold for $750. Yes. I took a best offer of $750. I had it listed for about $12.99. This is the second one I sold. I bought it somewhere with the bigger one. It sold. I paid $1 for the first one. I took a best offer of $500 for the first one, and then I sold again. So the next week I went back and found another one, and it sold for $750. Okay, so that was the big sale of the month. And those sales don't happen often, guys. As you can see, most of my stuff is bread and butter. Every now and then we get some good stuff, but for the most part, my store kind of runs on bread and butter. So the next one is a swallow bird brooch. It was black and silver tone. It sold for $10.99, and they were all in at $17.26. And I probably paid about 50 cents for that. The next thing is a LG Harmony tempered glass protector, and it was free to me. I sold it for $5.53, so they were all in at $11.43. The next item is a vintage milk glass square-footed urn slash planter, and it sold for $14.36. They were all in at $28.26. This next one was the lady sent me a note hoping she can get it quick. I sent it out the same day because she wanted it for her daughter's baby shower. So it's a vintage Napco baby nursery planner. It had a stalk. I'm not even gonna go there, okay? It's a Stark, and it was made in Japan. It was $10, and it sold for $23.11. I paid 50 cents for that. The next thing, I want to say I probably paid $1 for it. It's a vintage Pyrex bowl. It was yellow, and it was a 2-quart bowl. It did have some scratches on it, which I did disclose. It sold for $10.64, and they were all in at $24.48. So we are, let's see, we're up to the April 23rd. So another brooch. This one was a silver tone. It was an angel. The brand was AJC. It was an angel swinging on the moon. and it sold for $8.79, and they were all in at $14.43. The next thing, I paid like $1.50 for a baggie of these. There was 2 single, like a light switch and a plug cover, and then the next thing was a like a double light switch. So this was the single light switch and the plate, and it sold for $8, and they were all in at $24.80. Sorry about that. My son was discussing that he couldn't smoke his vape in my house, and he was correct. Kids, they don't care if you're on live or if you're making a video. They just go on with their business. So life happens, guys. Sorry. So the next one is a vintage avocado green Indiana glass, and that's what I put, like vintage avocado green Indiana glass flower sunflower petal 7-inch bowl candy dish. It sold for $11.99, and they were all in at $24.58. Now this hat, that's the one I was thinking about. The guy offered me, I think, $2. I refused. I declined. He went back. I went higher. He went lower. So he disappeared for a couple days, and he came back at $4. So I went ahead and let it go, not realizing it was a new hat. I didn't even pay attention. It was in that Atlanta United FS. I think it was a minor league baseball hat. It sold for $4. They were all in at $9.72. The next item is a set of 4 Lancaster English Ironstone cups and saucers made in England. They sold for $15, and they were all in at $38.10. Now, this next thing, I paid $3 for it. It was the Xyron, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, Xyron Creative Station sticker label maker. It was still in the box. It had a little bit of the sticker film in there. It sold for $23.96. The person was all in for $37.80, and they didn't want any paperwork, any eBay logos, any eBay anything in the box. eBay tape, eBay box, nothing. Or even eBay on the postage. So I guess maybe they were drop shipping it somewhere. I don't know, or if they were sending it as a gift. But the address that they wanted to go to was what was in eBay, so I didn't have a problem sending it there, and I didn't have a problem with that sale. So it sold for $23.96, and they were all in at $37.80. So the next item is a set of 6. They were dessert bowls. They were 5.5 inches. They had a really, and I know you probably can't see from this picture, but it had like pine branches on it. Very pretty. Very mid-century. It sold for $22.36. They were all in at $40. And the next thing is a Pampered Chef stoneware microwave egg cooker. Now this was pretty heavy, so they probably paid as much in shipping as they did for the item. It was $11.16, so they were all in at $23.61. The next thing is a mid-century modern Castelline Homer Logland ashtray, and I had bought a whole set of the Homer Logland dishes like this, and then when I went back to Goodwill, they had the ashtray for like 50 cents, I think it was. Maybe it was $1, I'm not sure, but it sold for $10, and they were all in at $19.85. Here we go, another one of those VTech Smile Motion Disney cars. This one sold for $8.79, and they were all in at $14.04. This little girl I have been having for probably over a year. It was our generation doll. It was an 18-inch doll with wheels. Her name was Martha and Heels on Wheels bundle. It was a new open box. She didn't have a fancy box. It was a brown box. But it was the doll, the wheelchair, the crutches, like a hospital gown. It had the whole setup. And it went for, I paid $6 for it from the Dollar Bargain Deal store. and it sold for $50, and they were all in at $70.35. And I had to cut that brown box down so that the box was just overhead, so that it would, you know, be within that 36 cubic inch rate. The next thing was free to me from a friend. It was two, and I know I'm going to murder this. It's two vintage Takahashi ceramic replacement saucers. It, they have bunnies on the cups. That's what it matched. They sold for $11.99, and they were all in at $26.74. So guys, if you have like just a saucer or something, I list it because, and I put it as a replacement, because some people, you know, they break one piece or two pieces, or, you know, you never know. This next item was also free to me from a friend. It's a hand-painted LSU Tiger saw blade. It was signed by the artist. It was made in 2012. So I put hand-painted LSU saw blade, signed 2012, Man Cave Decor, Louisiana State. Tried to get all those keywords in there. It sold for $22.80. They were all in at $37.31. It was pretty heavy. This, I have been hee-hawing back and forth with people with offers on this for a long time. Anyway, it finally sold. It was a vintage art glass hand-blown vase, yellow orange, had a ruffled top. It was pretty heavy. It sold for $50. I want to say I paid $5 at a family's estate sale. And they were all in at $73.90. The next item, I only have a few more to go, guys. The next item is a vintage ceramic wall tree frog. So he had the little holes where you can hang him on a tree or in your garden or whatever. It sold for $17. I want to say I paid $1 for it, maybe less. And they were all in at $31.61. The next is a Florida State Souvenir map. It was a porcelain bell with gold trim. It was vintage. It sold for $10.91. They were all in at $26.32. Probably paid $0.25 for that. This next item was free to me. My dear friend was moving and to a smaller home and had to downsize some stuff, so she gave me a bunch of things. This was a vintage Cook's JCP home stoneware covered casserole dish with lid and rack. It was a 2-quart bowl. It had a pretty fleur-de-lis rack on it. It sold for $35.10, and they were all in at $52.84. And then the last piece was the first piece that I sold of the Fenton collection that I had. And when I listed it, it sold within 10 minutes. So it was a Fenton art glass. I just lost my train of thought, y'all. It was a Fenton art glass, white milk glass bowl, candy nut dish, ruffled. It had the emerald crust rim. It sold for $24.50. I paid $3.40 for it, and they were all in at $37.66. So that's what sold this week. I'm sorry, this month. Could have been better. I didn't list as much as I should. Bad me. I know it. I'm having trouble with time management. I really am. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better. You never know. But if I am in the process of packing things up that I bought in the beginning, that you know, in the beginning when you start, you go, oh, that's gonna be great, and it wasn't. So probably should have never bought it. So I'm gonna have a big garage sale at my shop. Well, I don't have it's a working shop. It's not like a storefront or anything. I pack my items there. I store my items there. So there's a big driveway, you know, parking lot there that my landlord uses the other half of the building. So I'm gonna make sure it's okay with him. Gonna have a big garage sale the first weekend in June, and try to get rid of some of that stuff so that I can organize better. Well, I keep saying that, but it never seems to work. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I was able to help you with maybe seeing what some things sell for. I don't know, you know, I try to do comps when I buy things, you know, to be fair and to, you know, get the best deal that I can get, you know, to make the most money that I can make and be fair to the buyer. So guys, have a blessed evening. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.